Have you ever had sex on your period? Why would your best friend go after your ex? How is the lasered coochie? Hey guys, what's up? It's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the third or like fourth-ish episode of Girl Talk. Did we drink in the last one? And by we, did I drink? I think it was like a paint and sip situation in the last video, and I've decided to carry out this now tradition with a little mimosa. It's 11:30 this morning on a Tuesday, and I have made the personal decision because we're like coming off a long weekend, you know, like it's Tuesday after Labor Day weekend, and I just think that I have earned this. I did nothing this weekend. I literally did nothing. I don't earn this at all. But all things mimosa aside, I love doing these videos. I feel like I have so many incredible conversations with you guys afterwards in the DMs and in the comments. So thank you to everyone who submitted a question on Instagram. And I also want to mention that if I don't get to your question in this video, there is a high chance that we've already discussed some of the topics. Like there were a ton of questions about shaving and like cooch hair situation, so we covered a ton of that in the last video, so I will make sure to link that one in the description box. But I am excited about today's questions, and I just have orange juice, so I feel like I need to like do the fun portion of a mimosa right now. I should have gotten one of those like little mini bottles because a bitch loves some bubbly and a mimosa, but like we don't need the whole bottle. It is a Tuesday and I do have limits. Oh god, scary. This glass can hold I think a half bottle of wine in its entirety, so like I don't think I'll drink this whole thing. Does a whole bottle of wine fit in here? Wow, this really holds a lot. I also have the fun straws from the last video with the little umbrellas. Really love this tradition that we're building out, you guys. This is really great. Thank you for supporting me in this endeavor. There is a time and a place for fun umbrella straws, and why? Like in what world is this what we're going for? Is there like a middle ground? Oh bitch, love a mimosa. So bubbly. Let's get into it. First question from my good friend Ollie. If I get the vaccine, will my coochie fall off? Great news, Ollie, your coochie will not fall off. And in even better news, you get like a super power immunity having coochie, which I feel like is the move. Get vaccinated. Oh my god, it's coming back to me on how hard this is to multitask. I have some magazine clippings pulled out in true like 2000s vibe collage, some paint colors. Honestly, I just pulled everything, like pastels, some paint pens, some spray adhesive, some glitter. Okay, it's always the hardest getting started, so we'll just go for it. Oh my god, I forgot how hard this is to like use brain for like question, but also use brain for painting. So we'll choose colors and process question. Oh my god, maybe like, why do I decide to drink during this? That just makes it so much more difficult. I don't know why I do that to myself. Do you feel like one partner can be enough? For example, staying with your high school sweetheart. I think it differs person to person. I know a handful of people who fell in love with their high school sweetheart. Everything is great. They grew together and they matured together and went through like many life obstacles together, and they're thriving. And then on the flip side, I feel like there are so many different scenarios that tend to be a little more common. Like for example, if you want to go have a hoe phase, like as long as you're doing that safely, bitch, hoe on, and I support you. I think it's probably like the majority to have to date a few people when you're ready to date to find the person that's right for you. I also think that it's super common to just like not wanna date and focus on yourself. I think it's hard to be the best version of a partner for someone else when you still haven't quite figured out how to be the best version of yourself. I don't necessarily have a plan for this. No, let's be very clear. I don't have a plan for this, but I wanna do a layer of paint first and then add some of the collage elements. I was so unhappy with the painting we did last time. That shit was so ugly, and I'm so sorry for everyone that had to endure that video because that was like some of my least best work. My worst work. I feel like there's more promise in this one that we could end up with something better. The mimosa is hitting just right today, where I think that we are in a good place to make some really cute art. Oh my god, what the f is this thing? Sorry. Oh my god, it's like a paint boogie. Okay, gonna let that hang out. Let's go to our next question. Tell us about your best and worst period days. I am super lucky because I have a very light period, and it's been like that for the majority of my life. Oh my god, I literally can't get through a question because of the carbonation. I've also been on a handful of different birth controls, and I don't think it's really fluctuated my period that much in terms of it being heavier. I did go, I think, about 7 months without getting a period at all when I was on Nexplanon. I think that in every single Girl Talk video, I've relayed my absolute hate for the Nexplanon in terms of how it reacted in my body. But there's a question that goes more into detail about birth control later on in the video, so I am super fucking annoying to be like, most of my periods are pretty solid and I don't have like a best because they're usually pretty good. But on the worst days, and like trust me, I definitely have had really bad period days, the visual is very much like dying in the corner of a couch wearing like the worst of your comfiest sweatpants in the fetal position, with like the hot water plushie pillow bottle on the stomach, like ibuprofen and Midol out the ass, and also surviving through period poops. Is it just me that feels orgasms differently between penetration and masturbation? I love the glitter emoji at the end. I am definitely not a doctor or a gynecologist or anything related to the medical industry field that would have a single scientific thing to say about this. But as a real world female, I totally agree and feel like I haven't actually thought about this very much until right now, but I definitely agree. Please hold for mimosa, power up, re-upping. Really enjoying the 2-straw situation we have happening here. I don't even know where the last clip left off because this shit took forever to dry. I had a lunch break, I set it out in the sun, and so finally we're like ready to go, but I was like, should I have prepped this 2 hours before we started filming? Okay, next question. Why do two-faced bitches always have more friends than nice ones? This is like the epitome of high school, I feel like, is like seeing two-faced bitches have the biggest friend circle ever. And it's very simple. These two-faced bitches have a whole group of friends that are also two-faced bitches. And then it's just a collective of people talking shit about each other behind all of their backs. It's a mess. It's totally a mess. Oh god, oh god. In my experience, I have always found that having a tighter circle of people who are actually nice and supportive friends who actually care and are not talking shit behind your back always fares so much better. As you get older and you get caught up in relationships and your job, your career, family, whatever it might be, I've always found that you really weed out the friends that are actually good friends, and you can kind of like shave off the excess of people who don't actually bring good things to your life. I almost knocked that over and that would have been truly tragic. Overall, focus on quality versus quantity. No one wants a big group of friends all talking shit behind each other's backs. Like, that is just stressful, and that ain't it for us. This next question, is sex fun? And then yeah, simple answer, yes. I think if any of your sexual experiences are not associated with something just overall positive, whether that be like intimate or loving or fun, like just something generally positive, I think you need to truly reconsider and just like do a safety check and a wellness check into your sexual partner or whatever the circumstances might be, because it should always, always, always be something that you are fully comfortable with. And I don't know if it necessarily has to be like hee hee ha ha fun, but just overall a positive experience. Okay, so I want to start adding on some of these magazine pieces here. This is spray adhesive, and this is the shit. This stuff is so good. I ripped out a bunch of pieces, and I don't necessarily have like a plan, but I definitely want to get some of these graphics in here on top of this paint. Oh, that's cute. Oh my god, how iconic. This is incredible. A little Regina George moment. I also want to paint on the balloon animal that kind of is like the most iconic shape, like is this supposed to be a dog? I'm just realizing that I truly don't know. I feel like I need to move my drink to a safe space so that we don't get spray adhesive into it. You cannot tell me that that is not 45 times better than using Mod Podge. Oh my god. Not to say that Mod Podge isn't great to like do a sealant on top, because I feel like that gives it the glossy effect, especially if you're using a gloss finish, but like, bitch, that was so easy. Wow, this is cute already. Okay, I always get scared of like the next step. The painting part is so scary. I feel like let's put the painting off, answer their question. Where's my drink? What's the best way you found to get over a guy you were never really with? I got a few different questions that were kind of similar about getting over someone, and I feel like, especially in high school, I remember being so hung up on someone and I had never even dated them. So I was like, why is your brain so infatuated with the idea of someone, and like you you weren't even together. Like, you don't even know what it's like to be in the relationship. So I think one, if you were never really with them, you just have to give yourself a reality check to be like, what if we actually were not compatible whatsoever and the relationship sucked? Infatuation and having a crush, although incredibly powerful, is different than being in a relationship. What I will say is that my number one tip for getting over anyone, whether it be a friendship, a fling, or an actual relationship, is something I like to call the dumb bitch list. I think I've maybe referenced this on the podcast before or in another one of the Girl Talk videos. So whenever you're feeling, and I don't want to use the word weak because like we're not weak, like you're not weak, but whenever you're feeling like you miss them or you're feeling sad about the breakup, and like maybe this is a little cynical and not the most healthy, but I make a list of all of the negative feelings that I've ever felt about that person, things that they've done to me that made me feel shitty, or like traits overall that like I am not compatible with that person. And whenever I'm having a like dumb bitch lapse of judgment moment where I'm like, oh, I wish we hadn't broke up, I refer to the dumb bitch list and go through all of those things again, and almost immediately it snaps you back to reality like that, and you'll be like, oh yeah, like why am I in my feels? Like I made the right decision 100%. Dumb bitch list. How to stop being insecure about stretch marks. First of all, and this might be a reality check for a lot of people, I don't know a single person, male or female, that doesn't have stretch marks. I think people forget that like skin on men also stretches and causes stretch marks, and I think it's just so important to kind of flip the perspective as to how you view stretch marks. I'm not entirely sure like where the narrative of stretch marks being something negative, like how we got here. I'm proud of the stretch marks, specifically on my booty, because I have worked hard to build a booty, and it's not the biggest booty, but it's a bigger booty than I had before, and obviously like my skin has to stretch for that. And I think just like overall, we got skin, and we're not gonna be the exact same size forever, and your skin has to account for that. So I don't know, maybe it's helpful to just like compare it to like a freckle or something. That's just part of your body that is so neutral / can be positive if you flip the script of appreciating your body just for like what it is and the parts of your body that come with it. But everyone has stretch marks, like literally everyone. Some men are trash. Respectfully, that's it, no question, LOL. Some men are trash. Oh my god, okay, it's time to paint. I feel like I've been putting it off because I've been answering questions, which obviously is like the point of the video, but I definitely have been like, let's do a few more questions so we don't have to paint. I'm gonna do like some kind of like squiggle thing here. So like, just go for it. Okay, oh my god, in contact. Oh my god, I feel like I didn't commit to that fully. Oh my god, 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 I had no plans for that. Scary! Why would your best friend go after your ex? Kinda sounds like they're not really a best friend material. I can't think of a single situation or scenario or best friend or ex that I would give the okay to be like, yeah, you can totally date them. Like, that's totally fine. And like, maybe that's just me, and I'm sure that there are dynamics where that totally works as long as the communication and like approval is there. But like, as a friend, there is just no world where I would ever think that it's okay for me to go after my best friend's ex. There are so many dudes out there in the world, for me as a straight person, like there are so many other people that you can choose that will not completely destroy your friendship. So I think if you are not okay with that, and they know that you're not okay with that, and they're willing to choose that potential relationship over your friendship, you should strip them of that best friend status because they do not deserve it. How do I move on from him? The dumb bitch list. The dumb bitch list. The dumb bitch list. The dumb bitch list. I want to do something similar to like this thingy down here with blue and green. I think that's like a good like bring those colors down here situation. Do you ever feel guilty for not being in the mood? This question makes me feel sad. First off, if anyone is ever making you feel guilty for not being in the mood, you need to kick their ass to the curb. They do not deserve you, and you should never feel pressured to do something that you don't want to do. But I feel like you're more insinuating that you've already expressed you don't want to do it, but then you feel bad, whether that be self-inflicted or because they've made you feel bad. I think just like overall, there can be so much pressure to be in the mood on certain occasions, like anniversaries and birthdays. And I don't know how many times I'll say this, but just like over and over and over again, express how important it is to always feel comfortable in your relationship. or with your sexual partner. It is absolutely your body. It is absolutely your choice. And as a partner in a relationship, like, you just have so much more to offer than just the sexual side of it. So never feel guilty about feeling like you don't have something to offer in a specific moment, because you are worth so much more than just that one specific high pressure moment where you're expected to be in the mood or someone is hopeful that you're in the mood. And again, I cannot stress this enough times, but be comfortable and with someone you trust in all of your sexual expeditions. Let's move on to the balloon animal. I have just like a reference photo to go off of, and I haven't like sketched anything in a really long time, so we'll see how this goes. This honestly looks really cute, but oh my god, the dry time between each of these layers is killing me. Okay, so let's bang out a few more questions. We're really making progress over here. Have you ever had sex on your period? I have. What did you think of it? LOL. I can't speak on behalf of like what's normal or not, but I feel like amongst myself and friends, the majority of us have. Again, I have a super late period, so it's not really something that I've ever worried about in terms of like mess and being super comfortable. But I kind of think at the end of the day, it's whatever you and your partner are both comfortable with. Mainly you, honestly. It's like your partner most likely is probably super down and excited. So it's more about like how comfortable you are. And I really think that there's not that much that a shower and a towel can't fix. So like if you're down and your partner's down, terrified of sex. Anything I try hurts. Any advice? Yes, there is something called, and I hope that I'm pronouncing this right, there's a high chance that I'm butchering it, vaginismus. Vaginismus? Vaginismus. I'm gonna read you the definition though, and then I highly encourage you to go and do your own research because this is so incredibly common. And I definitely feel like I struggled with this for like the first year or two of having sex. Do not always trust Dr. Google, but maybe this is a good starting point for, you know, talking to your own doctor and doing your own research. Vaginismus is the body's automatic reaction to the fear of some or all types of vaginal penetration. Whenever penetration is attempted, your vaginal muscles tighten up on their own. Occasionally, you can get vaginismus even if you have previously enjoyed painless penetrative sex. So Google that, vaginismus, V-A-G-I-N-I-S-M-U-S. But this is incredibly common. Like I genuinely know so many people that have struggled with this and just painful sex overall. And there are so many incredible resources and places to start if you struggle with this. How is the lasered coochie? Bitch. Oh my god. Okay, so again, in the last episode, we talked so much about shaving. I think it was right before I made the decision to get laser on the cooch. Oh my god, I am so mad that I've spent 28 years of my life not having done laser. It is incredible. I've done 3 sessions, and like when I tell you that it just like doesn't really come back, and when it does, it's like really like thin and fine, and it just like takes 5 times as long to come back. Like bitch, this shit is life-changing. I am so ecstatic about the results so far, and I think I prepaid for 6 treatments, and then after 6 I was gonna decide what I wanted to do past that. But 3 sessions down and I am stoked. Pain-wise, it is so incredibly bearable. I also use topical numbing cream on top, and I go and I'm just like chilling. It's also literally like 3 or 4 minutes of treatment and you're just like in and you're out, and it's so easy. And I definitely have like a very average pain tolerance. Any advice for when you're constantly feeling like a second choice with love and friends? First of all, I am so sorry that you're feeling like this, feeling like the second choice and not the priority in someone's life. Like nothing feels worse. It is so truly like pit of the stomach, a terrible feeling. And I'm so sorry. I have 100% been there, as I feel like almost everyone has at some point. Personally, I think one of the best things that you can do to kind of flip the script here is to initiate the dialogue of picking someone first. So picking up the phone and messaging someone to be like, hey, like what are you doing today? Like let's hang out. So you're not waiting to be chosen, you're going out of your way to choose someone, making them your first choice. And I think that helps flip the perspective and the narrative of feeling not so in control when you're someone's second choice, when you're asking someone to hang out and you're making them your first choice. Does that make sense? In my brain, that makes a lot of sense. And that's what I've done in the past. And I feel like it empowers you, but No, I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense, right? Literally, why do guys talk about other girls in front of you? I have a few different explanations, but again, I am of the female species, and so I cannot speak on the male species behalf, but in my experience, I feel like I've seen a few different scenarios. So one, they're trying to friend zone you, which sucks, especially if you don't feel the same way. I've definitely seen guys try to talk to their girl space friend as if they're a bro, to help relay the message that they see them as a friend. And two, I think it can also be like a manipulation tactic to feel out how you're going to respond and how you're going to react and if you're going to be jealous or not. So I think definitely be on your toes for that as an option. And then three, sometimes boys are just stupid and they just like don't know that you might like them and don't realize that what they're saying is going to have an effect on you. Would encourage you to try therapy. It's something I know I need, but it terrifies me to start. You guys know that I am a massive advocate and fan of therapy. Therapy has changed my life in so many ways. Friends and family are such a core pillar to feeling supported, but a therapist and mental health professional can provide you that support, but also their educational expertise to help you find coping mechanisms and to also just help you understand like the root cause of things and why you do this when this happens. They spend so many years studying the brain and human behaviors, and they are literally like the brain doctor. Like that's what they're for, is to help you work through issues. I absolutely love therapy and highly encourage you to give it a shot. How bad do you want to deck Nikki Philippi in the face? True or false, laughing is the appropriate response to queefing, a very natural bodily sound that definitely sounds like a fart that happens during sex. I think if the girl laughs first, then you can absolutely, I think that's an appropriate response. I think that there are scenarios where you just kind of like, it just happens and you just both keep going and then laugh about it after, or you can totally laugh about it in the moment. I think whatever feels right in that moment. There's just like no denying that it sounds like a fart, so I feel like the more that you acknowledge that it's kind of funny and that it happened, the less awkward it is, at least for me personally. Do you like to have sex when you are depressed? Bitch, absolutely the not. I want to be in a dark hole where no one can talk to me, where no one can touch me. That is the literal last thing that I would ever want to do while depressed. And as a finale, not a question, but Texas. Texas. All right guys, I am going to end the video here. I'll do a little bit of like final b-roll of our final finished art piece here. A labor of love and girl talk questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you want to be a part of the next girl talk video, like question submission portion of it. I always collect the questions over on Instagram. I feel like I did pretty well. I like don't want to be like, oh my god, like let's chug the end of it, but like starting at 11:30 mimosa, we're doing pretty good. May need a small couch nap after this. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you on Tuesday for a new episode of Wild to 9 over on the vlog channel, and again next Sunday for another video. Bye guys.